All right, y'all. Hope everybody's well. So we've talked about setting SMART goals, how to do it. We'll revisit that in this conversation as well. But today we're going to talk about the 3 reasons most people fail when they're setting a goal. It's pretty simple once you really break it down. Number one thing is people are not using SMART goals. And as we talked about in that video, they're just setting a broad stroke idea of what they want to get done, but not really formulating a plan or outlining how that's going to happen. And in this case, people have pretty much failed before they even began. So we know that when we're deciding to set a goal or a new habit, that we have to take those steps in our SMART goals. And we'll just revisit real fast. It has to be specific, measurable, has to be achievable, relevant to you, and it has to have some sort of time component to it. So it's, you're against the clock in some form or fashion. So we set our goals and our habits based on our SMART method and go from there. The second reason people tend to fail is they do not have somebody in their corner. So you don't necessarily have to hire a coach per se. Studies show that even having a friend that you tell something to, that a goal or a habit, is enough. And other studies they've done is for people that set a new goal, they put it on their social media. So, hey everybody, I'm doing this, blah, blah, blah. Hold my feet to the fire, check in on me, whatever it is. So you're using your social media for accountability piece. And then of course, you can hire a coach who's specific to your needs and goals, and somebody that is, a little bit more versed in making sure that you do are making the steps towards accomplishing that new goal. Okay. And then lastly, the biggest one, I believe, is that people quit before they really see any progress. So they quit too soon. And it's just not having patience in the process. And that's killed a lot of dreams, that's killed a lot of goals. And it's hard because, I have these conversations with clients a lot. I've been doing this for, a couple of months now. I'm not seeing the results that I want. And my response to that is typically, well, how long did it take you to get to where you don't want to be, which might be like 50 pounds overweight, or, you're not in a relationship, or you're, all zeros in your bank account. So whatever it is, that didn't happen overnight. So the fixing the bad habit or replacing it with a better habit is not going to happen overnight either. It takes a while. Generally, we say about 4 to 6 weeks. And if it's something like smoking or alcohol or whatever it is, even eating, it can be, I did great for 3 weeks, 2 weeks I did shitty. And it could be like that for a while until you really get that new habit in place. And it takes some progress, it takes some effort and takes some work to see progress, okay? So that's the 3 things that I see typically when I'm working with clients. They don't have an organized plan. They might not have somebody in their corner for accountability or just making sure that they're heading in the right direction. And they give up too soon. And it's unfortunate because, a lot of times when I do have conversations with these people and they're thinking about quitting or, just not happening for them, and they hold on for a little bit longer, that little bit of time is typically when we have a breakthrough. And it's so crazy how quickly it happens. And we'll end on a quick story. So you guys, maybe this will be more relevant to you, and you will think about this when you're thinking about possibly quitting. So I was reading, I think it's in the Think and Grow Rich. It's called Think and Grow Rich is the name of the book by Napoleon Hill. It's a very popular book. It's an old book, so some of it's a little outdated, but in general, a very good book. If you haven't read it, check it out. Think and Grow Rich. And he told a story about a gentleman who, during the gold rush, basically found a piece of gold, bought all this land around it because he figured that it was going to be a huge strike, and he's going to get rich quick. And as he goes through, he's digging, 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 and eventually, you know, not seeing anything, no progress, no gold, the guy gives up and he sells his plot to somebody else. And, you know, they do a little bit more research, they have a little bit more of a plan, and they discover, or they guesstimate that they're probably within a couple feet of a lot more gold. And lo and behold, this guy was 3 feet away from being a multi-millionaire. And he quit. And this other company that bought up his plot obviously made a lot of money. Now the story is good because the guy learned from that, which most people don't. They will just, you know, tuck their head and say, screw it, I lost. This person made all this money that could have been mine, and they just, you know, that's it for them. They just done. So to his credit, he kept going. He made money a different way, and so it was a good ending for both of them. But still, the guy gave up way too soon. So I hope that's not you. You guys, if you haven't watched the Smart video, go back and check that out. Sometimes it takes a few times to go through it and really be diligent with exactly how we're lining up and setting up these things and make sure that we go step by step to accomplishing our goal. And if you do need a coach or an accountability partner, message me up. I'd be happy to talk to you and see what we can do. And don't give up. Have a plan. Don't give up. It'll happen. Sometimes it takes a long time. All right.